Alright guys, so today we're going to try to make a small little cute ear cuff. I haven't really decided too much on the exact details of it, though you've seen a picture at the very beginning of the video. That's how it's going to end. I don't know how it's going to end just yet. I'm just starting. I know I will be using a 20 gauge copper non-tarnished wire, of course from Pairwire. I have already cut off 15 inches right here. I went ahead and after I cut it, I made sure both ends were flush cut with my flush cut clippers. I also took an emery board. If you've got a metal file, you can use that. And I did file down the ends so that they are not quite as sharp, because you got to think this is going to be up against your ear. You wouldn't want it to scratch you. So I suggest after you cut each end, because I'm going to try to make this where I have no scrap, but I would say keep your emery board or what have you on hand just in case you may need it. You will probably need some type of pliers. I have these thin bent nose that I use quite often. I like them because they're quite small. And I often show I have a thicker pair of bent nose as well. You can choose to use a pair of chain nose or needle nose pliers or what have you. I'm going to keep these handy. And you will probably... I'm guessing you are going to need a pair of round nose. We'll see. And you will want something as a mandrel. I'm just going to use this basic pen. In the past, when I've attempted to make ear cuffs, a little ear cuff, I have used just a plain glue stick, hot glue stick. Found that it was a bit large, which you can tell the diameter's quite different. So we're going to see how it goes with a pen. You could probably use a pencil or whatever you may have laying around your house. So, you know, just use what you got and do what you can. So we're going to start with our wire. And as I've said, I have already gone through. I have filed down my ends on both sides, and I will come in on this side, and I'm going to make the smallest. I'm going to come as close to the end of the wire and as close to the end of my pliers as I can, and I'm going to make the smallest little turn, whoops, as I can on this. I just want the little tiniest, just that right there. Just where this way, that end hopefully will not come in contact at all with the skin. But if it does, that's why I took the file to it. So now you've got to think, what do you want to do? I know that this is going to end up the way I want it. I want that end to be flat, not sitting like that on the ear. I want it to sit flat against the ear. So of course it's got to come around, and I wish that I had an actual ear mold so that I can actually do this, but I don't have one. You do what you can. You know. I will start with, because we're going to want to make some kind of little design. So I'm going to come to where I've got my little marks right here on my pliers. And I'm not even going to come in that much. I'm going to come into about there. And I'm going to bring, it's quite difficult because this wire just, not wanting to cooperate. Come to about right there. Trying to get that line evened up pretty well. And I'm going to bend, whoop, sorry, to right there. Okay, so you see how that looks right there. But I want that to be a tighter, I really kind of do want it to be tighter, which I'm actually going to have it where it's coming down a bit more right there. that looks pretty good. All right. So now, of course, either end right at this moment, you can plan to be the back. It doesn't, you know, I don't know just yet. But I'm just kind of doing something right at the moment. I don't know what I'm doing just yet. But we do have a lot of wire left over, so let's see what we can do. And I will come in, as you can see right here, it's not on the same plane. It's not on the same level, so that's okay right now. It's okay. And I'm going to come in. You see, I'm just a little bit down from the tip of my pliers, and that's fine right at the moment. And coming back, bending it back. Okay. So there's a start. Okay. Now, one thing that you can do, if you have any nylon jaws on hand, so you can come in and flatten it out and kind of get it to try to sit all on the same plane. It hasn't quite worked, but that's okay. Still, it's okay. So at this point now, that's our basic ear cuff. Then we're going to take this here in a little bit, and we're going to actually wrap this part around our pin to make the shape for the ear cuff. So now what we want to do is we want to take this extra wire, which I may have too much, but I didn't want to have too little either. So now you want to think, do you want this to be in the ear or on the outside of the ear? That's where that's where that comes to play, because whatever design that we come up with will need to sit closer to one end or the other and not necessarily in the middle. Okay. So I think for this, this will be going towards the front of the ear or the inside of the ear. Okay. So we're going to make it more towards this side. So I'm going to come in with my pliers about right here, and I'm going to bend. So right there. Okay. You can do just about any little thing that you want to. You could add beads. You could maybe do some coiling on it. You know, just about anything. And I'm trying to think of what I want to do for it. And I hadn't really come up with anything yet. You could definitely hang a little, like, a little charm off of it or something. That would be really cute. I mean, nearly anything. The limits are practically endless. But I think I'm just going to bend the wire, do something fairly cute with it. I don't know. We're just going to kind of see what happens. We're going to just see. Just bending it like this. Trying to get that to look decent. There we go. Okay. And then, let's see. And like I said, you know, haven't really, I knew I wanted to make a little ear cuff, but aside from knowing that I wanted to make ear cuff, I really didn't know what I wanted to do. Okay. I'm just coming up with things just splat right off the top of my head. I really have no idea. I don't really have a solid defined plan, but I think we're going to use some little 4mm bicones here. If I can open my little case without making a teetotal mess. And I think I'm going to come in with, how about a few of these? They're a little bit on the clear side. They do have just a hint of color, and it might just be because just how these are, but they they have like a little bit of a brownish tone, whereas these are more orange, and I don't really want an orange color. So I want more of a, almost a brown tone. So I'm going to see if this will fit on this 20 gauge wire. Try to feed it, and yes, it does. Yay. All right. And that'll give just a little bit of a something to it. But Lord knows that's not too much. I don't think that is. I think it's quite nice, you know. And then what I'm going to do from here, I'm going to feed this in through here. Try to get everything to stay. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. Yes, you did it. Yay. All right. Let's see. And then, here's a tricky part. When you do something like that, it kind of gets your wire bent out of shape. There we go. All right, that's looking pretty good. That's looking all right. So, I'm also trying not to get too, to get too much going on, because it may not look right. You never know, you know. And then I just did it again because where I bent that just then. Straighten that out a little bit. So I think I'm gonna let me actually come in with some of these. Are these, I don't know if you want to call those a blue or a black, or if these are blue or a black. I think these are darker. Yeah, I think we're going to come up with these. It's like I said, there's no set definition. I don't really have anything planned. I'm just making. That's all it is. I'm just making. Now I'm going to come in. I'm going to put a fairly tight curve to this, and I'm going to feed this one through here. Alright, get that to set. Yes, yes, that looks good. That looks really nice. I like that. That's looking nice so far. Something slightly different, you know. I kind of like that so far. Okay. So now what do we want to do? What do we want to do? What do we want to do? I think we're done. I think I'm going to be done with the little beads. And how about a little charm? How about a little charm? Problem is, I don't have any small copper charms. Now, like this charm right here, it's more of a bronzed color, and it would kind of work, but I don't know how well because it's two different tones, two different color tones. So, I mean, we could do that. I mean, you can do that if you want to. It doesn't really matter. I also don't want to use silver. I have a lot of silver charms. But, I mean, you could just, I mean, the possibilities are endless. It's whatever it is that you want to do and you want to come up with and you want to make and everything. You know, that's all it is. So I'm going to kind of come up, bring this up a little bit higher. There we go. And I'm going to bring that around. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring that right there. And then I'm going to come in with these. I'm going to come to right here. And I am going to make a very sharp bend, as sharp as I can, right there. That's not as sharp as I can, but that's the start. It's okay. I'm going to bring it together more, if it'll let me. And the thing is, since I've already got this here, I can only really work from one side. It makes it a little difficult. Bring it in. Get that pointed in Really nice. That's a pretty good, yeah, that's pretty good. And making kind of a heart. That needs to be tighter. There we go. So now we have a little something, okay? And I'm going to take the wire and I'm going to kind of do that right there. Kind of wrap it. I'm also going to try to get it to be nice and flat, if it will. Flatten this part out. Oh, and that kind of moved on me a little bit. That's okay. It's okay. You know what I just thought of? How I do all these little sounds, and I talk a lot, and I try not to talk loudly because where I sit and where my camera is, I am quite literally right here. I'm inches from it. For some reason, I keep thinking of Bob Ross that used to do I always remembered him on PBS doing the paintings, and he did such a great job. I'm telling you, there's just like, there's no one like Bob Ross. He was awesome. But I'm not saying I'm like Bob Ross. I'm saying that the way that I'm talking and the way that I'm end up doing things and stuff, it makes me think of Bob Ross. I don't know, because he has that really like soft, calm voice, and everything's cool as a cucumber, and you know, I don't know. Don't ask me. So I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna swirl. I'm actually going to cut this off. Yeah, I will swirl a little bit. I'll probably do about that much of a swirl. And since this part is going to be out, it should not have any contact at all with the skin. So it shouldn't be any problem for anyone. So come in, get that nice, and I want it all together. Come on, work with me here. There we go. All right, and get that flat. All right, and now I'm going to come and I'm going to turn this portion right there. Oh, and get the beads to go back down. All right, and look at that. Isn't it cute? Get that back on there for a second here and kind of adjust this. Oh, that's cute. That's cute. That really is. I'm happy with that, guys. Look at that. That's cute. That is super cute. Ah, look at that. That is really, really cute. Oh, wow. All right, so I hope that you enjoyed this. You can definitely like splay that out just a little bit if you want to. I hope you enjoyed this little video. I hope that maybe it helped you come up with something cute and unique and different to do. And I hope that, you know, maybe it helped you to learn something that you didn't know before. Whether it was how to make a heart, how to, you know, use a pin as a mandrel, or just, you know, an easier way to make a little ear cuff. But if you did like this little video, please give it a thumbs up. Please share with those that you know, especially with any wire workers. And please, if you have not, hit that subscribe button. Excuse me. Hit the subscribe button for more videos coming in the future. I'm constantly trying to think of different things to make a video on. So if you have any ideas, please shoot those down in the comment section below. Anything you'd like to say, I'd love to hear it. If you have attempted to make your own, and you want to show me how it turned out, definitely can. My Facebook page is H&S Designs now, as well as I have tons of things up on there for sale, all ready to be sold. I'll take commissions and everything like that. So anyway, hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will show you how it looks on the ear whenever this section is done. So y'all have a great day. Bye-bye.